There you see the aggregate 4-2. Duamena, 23 years of age. Got his start in Ghana with Red Bull, moved to Austria and joined their Salzburg side. Eventually moving to Zurich and now to Levante. Has scored everywhere he's been but Spain. Dembele, trailing run, Messi. Finds Coutinho, loves the cutback and almost sneaks it through.
Jordi Alba gives him the option of the overlap, and Coutinho doesn't feel as if he needs him. And here's another look.
Barca about ready to make a change. Banya. One goal for Levante could make things rather nerve-wracking for the final half hour. Vidal, too tight to Cavaco.
It'll be interesting to see who Ernie Valverde pulls off here.
And a good couple of games for Coutinho. And Suarez a chance to stretch the legs.
Yep, improved form, undoubtedly. A number of good opportunities that carved himself open and set himself up for those textbook strikes of the curler that we saw when he first came to the club in such splendor. Not quite today.
On
but
the weekend,
like you say, decent game, yeah.
2 goals and an assist. Second only to Lionel Messi in the Pichichi race. Kind of interesting if you believe some of the rumors about a move with Girona for their Uruguayan striker. Barcelona could end up with the top 3 leading scorers on the same team as they look for a backup for El Pistolero. Just too far.
Well played by Sanjin Persic there. Nice lead. As you say, a little al dente with it, but beautiful turn from the Frenchman. Haven't linked their game up, have they, at all, Levante, compared to how they did in the first game. There was a real, true synchronicity about them in that first game. In front of their home crowd, they certainly played a couple of gears, maybe even more than that, in the first leg. Well done by fanatical crowd and played some good football. Been disappointing tonight.
Maybe whatever energy they had left drained against Atleti.
Yeah, good point.
Just a little too early for Boateng. Take another look, and you know what? Maybe should have kept the flag down.
I think he's off.
Murillo making it close, but the whistle making it moot. Another change upcoming for Levante. Sheikh Doucouré ready to check in. That one will carry all the way back. Into the middle. Coming back Bardi. Haven't been enough. Macedonian, and then sends it further upfield. Here's Koke. Mentioned came back from Schalke when they had some problems at that right back spot. Young American Shaq Moore actually played against Barca in league and did quite well against Messi and company, but they went for the experience. Suarez trying to work his way through. Robert can't stop him. Messi across. Suarez thought he would be offside and lets it run. Take another look. Should have trusted Messi. To close the thought on Shaq Moore, he went to Catalan side Reus and was a starter there until they got into financial woes. The loan ended and called back to Levante's B squad, where he's now played the last couple of games. Maybe you get a chance to see him down the stretch. Flicked on by Boateng. Romena giving chase. And Silesen making it look easy.
What about the volley there from Alba as well? Wonderful play.
Vidal pulling it away from Bardi. Messi off to the races. And again, just a half fraction off. Foot race against Longley.
Yep.
Boateng drags, tries to deliver himself and sends it wide.
He's had an extra step ahead of Longley for a lot of this game, and the Frenchman's been able to challenge and wrap him up, but not this time. And the pace was so evident. Longley does well, keep within a step of him, and that is searing. Wonderful control on the run by Emmanuel Boateng, but the flamethrower just into the crowd.
So Tony Lopez, Paco's younger brother, the assistant for Levante, on the bench, and it looks like they're going to have to make a switch.
Here's that wonderful exchange between Dembele and Nelsinho, and then wonderful visionary pass for Leo, who was traveling like the SS Enterprise, and it's warp speed and has still got the ability to cushion the ball and take the pace of the pass out to settle himself for the lovely finish. It was a really high quality, high octane goal, and Nelsinho and Ousmane leaving their fingerprints on it as much as Messi.
Saw the sweet touch from Bardi, but we haven't seen enough of it for Levante's sake. Been an entertaining affair, but well, Barcelona did exactly what they needed to, was to take it off the boil in the first half.
I think your point regarding the game against Atletico Madrid, Phil, that was a real tug-of-war game that Levante put a lot into, and it seems to have certainly dulled their bulb here tonight.
Postigo will be forced to exit. Jason will check in. More of a flank player. Expect Koke to slide to the back line. Ball lifted. Long lay. Actually, Rakitic dropping back. Right near the center circle, trying to sneak it through. Boateng can't get through Longley.
That's a good shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. As the ball's within Longley's playing distance, he just does enough to blunt that speed of Boateng. Good ball. Oh.
Sergio Roberto on the sideline. Be the second substitute for Barcelona. Ducouré entering for Campagna, Jason for Postigo, all the cards on the deck for Paco Lopez. Go forward, you hear the scream. Dembele. Suarez was outside the box. It might not have been the same as having a 5-goal lead in the first leg and being able to play your reserves, but for Valverde, at least relatively comfortable lead at the break, able to take their foot off the pedal a bit.
Yeah, they've managed the game without forcing it or rushing it. Barcelona very, very comfortable here tonight. Magic
Squeezing
from Messi.
Through. Dembele.
Oh, that would have been a cracker. Right. Wonderful step through. Leo Kiros teases his defenders beautifully and then leaves them with twisted blood. And then this beautiful ball arrowed in, and that's a tremendous effort by Dembele. So clean with that strike compared to his second goal, which was rough as a badger's backside, but it got home into the back of the net. But that one would have been his best.
Well, this a bit intriguing. It's a chance for Valverde to experiment. We've only seen it once this season, but they've been looking for a backup to Alba. And the utility man, the Spanish Army knife, Sergio Roberto, slotting in on that left side for the final 15 minutes.
Oh, good turn of pace here from Lewis.
Suarez pulls away.
Wow.
Koke saying, didn't you see the arm? Murillo soaring. Moses Simon. A slip from Murillo, but it spins from Boateng.
Oh. Finds its way through. I don't know if spin's got anything to do with this one. Murillo just hits the turf, and that's good cover-up play again from Longley.
And now it's a foot race. Cavaco staying with him. Ooh. And he clatters into Dembele before the ball. Well, a yellow card, and he's fortunate it's that.
Bleeding that it's not a red card. You're right there, Phil. It's a nasty challenge, and Dembele giving him the stink eye, and rightfully so. He's absolutely tore past Cavaco, and that is a nasty as a rat bait challenge. He leaves his feet, he's out of control. For me, that's a red card.
And there is VAR, and that is one of the things that they're supposed to be able to look at.
Well, he's fortunate that he's so young that his bones are probably still able to bend, but that was the Uruguayan at his worst on that challenge.
A free kick for Messi. Dembele appears to be okay. Fortunate his foot wasn't planted.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. They've made him angry. Messi flicked to the top. Murillo. Retreats for Arthur. Spots Suarez. Across. And just tapped away by Fernandez.
Wonderful invention from Lewis. Clearing for the ball. He's already taken the pictures in his brain and found that angle to near perfection. That's a wonderful save in the end again from the ex-Numancia man, Aitor.
Ousmane Dembele will exit. Don't want to risk it. Denis Suarez will enter.
"21-year-old again." Keep seeing it, but you've got to keep that in your mind. Brilliant talent. Absolutely searing pace. And the best certainly yet to come.
Well, something we were talking about, and much of the world is, the return of Neymar to Barcelona. Would it happen? Could it happen? Should it happen? Suarez, the nice move, but poked free by Doucouré. Sometimes they're talking about Dembele returning to his homeland. Other times might be Coutinho perhaps on the move, but ball launched forward, and Boateng again renews his battle. Slips it up off Longley and out for the corner.
He'll not have many more hard battles with a man just blessed with amazing alacrity. Longley, when he faces up to Boateng, and he's handled him pretty well, showing it he's got a set of wheels himself.
Messi from the corner. Flicked on by Rakitic and grabbed.
Hey.
Bardi sending that one in, and almost, but Cillessen denying. Down out the other way. Suarez for Messi. Trying to return. Just to finish the thought, Ray, has Dembele done enough to maybe make Barcelona a little more patient?
Oh, absolutely. Again, I think the patience factor with a player that's 21-year-old is always going to be frustrations built in, and it's not the finished diamond, Phil, but it's the rawness of the quality in that stone that is undeniable, and it will work over the years to polish him. And I would imagine that whoever is the coach here over the next several years at Barcelona will look at Dembele and be thankful they've got him. He's still working it in and out the wrinkles, so unquestionably, but he has improved markedly for me.
Messi leading the press. Barca looking for a fourth to remove all doubt. Glancing header wide for Bardi. Dance to the inside. Squares, and a foul as Duamena draws contact, and now Bardi will get his chance.
Well, let's see if this talented number 10 can bend it like Messi.
The free kick kings, they call them.
Certainly a foul. Murillo a little bit rough and ready. Good touch, getting there, split second ahead. But now it's time for the man from Újpest.
I know you're not a fond of statistics, but Enis Bardi, statistically the most clinical free kick taker in Europe, including Messi. "21 yards out. Cillessen, about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards off his line. 4 in the wall, make it 5. Cillessen leaning back post. Player down to block the low shot, lifted into the roof of the wall. The rebound bounces wide. Will it be touched? Now, was this, well, off the hands, but Langlay's hands in front of his face? Maybe far enough away to make you think, but you'd rarely see that called. Looked like the rebound off Suarez, but they don't spot that either. Pierre has slid into the center after the substitution of Postigo. Jason's touch is off. Just a few days after scoring his 400th league goal, Lionel Messi, with the tally now 1 away from his 50th in the Copa del Rey, currently tied with the legendary Ladislav Kuala behind Pep Samitier.
Wonderful from Suarez there, and he's
another foot race. Boateng. Langley tight. Jason sends it across. Duamena down. Perisic, but they're going to say Duamena was offside, and then on the follow, a foul. The card is out.
Murillo that's down. I'm not sure that he's ever going to pull out, but you see the action that the referee spotted, and it was nasty.
Perisic.
The ball flighted in, and it just drops in between the two players right here, and then the reach from Murillo trying to get it out, and there's the flying cleats out and the extended straight leg. That could have been worse than what it actually developed into.
Well, there will be other days for Paco Lopez. And while Barcelona might have the depth to compete on more than one front, might actually help Levante to be able to focus in on La Liga. Just 3 points out of a potential European spot, but they're only 3 points up on potential relegation. Semedo. Arthur. Messi. Arthur. 85th minute, halfway done. Messi on his left. Messi leaves. Suarez for Messi, who wanted a good view.
And Keith Richards and Mick Jagger making music as usual, and just falling short. Yes, apologising to the fans there.
Out wide, he'll keep it in. Suarez.
Nicely.
Dances around the defense, back for Luis Suarez, but it's blocked.
It hit Koke in the face, I believe, Phil. Didn't know anything about it. Lovely link-up play, well played, Suarez. Dennis. And this one does come right onto the schnoz of poor Koke.
And that had some weight on it too. Koke grabbing his head, shaking off a few cobwebs. Again, moving from the right back to the left central defensive spot. Jason drives it in. Dwamena. Ardi for Doucouré. Levante coming into the game a bit more in the second half, but Barca keeping them at arm's length. Jason against Sergi. Deflected. Looked like Sillison might have had it anyway.
Again, this will play out tomorrow as Levante challenges this position of what they believe is an illegal player that played in the first game, and it seemed to be a formality and easily tidied up, but there are some complications in that.
Denis Suarez going low. Cavaco with the block. And again, as far as the complications really for Levante's case because of a change in the rules by the RFEF last year. Moses Simon against Semedo, who defensively has done outstanding work and one of the reasons Levante has struggled. The change is the fact that any minor suspension, so in effect accumulation of yellow cards and the like, that would lead to a 2-game suspension or less, any minor suspension for a club's reserve side would not carry over to the first team in a different competition. So Chumi would not have been eligible in league play, but in the cup he was. That's Barcelona's view, and that's what will be presented if Levante goes forward with their case. Nice run, and the shot to be forgotten.
What a ball though from Sergi. Absolutely magnificent vision and wonderful execution from Sergi Roberto.
Denis Suarez won't want to see that one.
Yeah, he'll be dreaming about it tonight, because he could have actually taken 2 or 3 touches on it, but traveling at the speed and meeting the ball like that, he thinks he can put it away on the volley.
Put that as a nice little mark next to Sergio Roberto's name for that left back experiment. Remember, he was an attacking midfielder, the next Xavi when he came up, but it never quite developed. But Luis Enrique, rather than throw him away, said, let's give him a shot at right back, and the rest is history. 90th minute.
All the quality that was needed tonight delivered by Barcelona as this game plays out. Just offside. Nice touch from Suarez for Suarez, but nice rotation and massaging of the squad by Ernie Valverde tonight, and all good performers right across the pitch. The players that went out, the players that came in, all in all a very good, you don't want to say workmanlike when you're talking about describing Barcelona, but there's good application, good focus, and eventually radiant skill. So all in all, a really good night for everybody involved, and some excellent football, and a night that didn't catch Levante anywhere close to being at their best after a wonderful first leg.
Doucouré. Dangerous. Back post, off woodwork. It's been that kind of day for Boateng. He finally broke free, but he can't beat the iron.
Well, great build-up again.
Now a chance to add insult, but instead too much loft.
We've seen him score them like that. Yeah, this one so close. And Sillison says it's all down to you, my big white skinny friend. The goalpost, and unlucky.
Vidal tracks it down. We talked about Dembele and Coutinho. Vidal and Arthur, a duo in the midfield today that worked, giving Busquets a breather. 100 seconds left.
Yeah, Valverde got some restless nights ahead of him to pick the Gala 11.
This will be the 22nd straight elimination that Barcelona has avoided in this tournament, as they continue their quest for their 5th straight. A yellow card for the foul against Perisic, and it's Robert Pierre. Might have been able to get another one for kicking the ball away.
Oh, it was Messi that dispossessed Robert for the Dembele second goal. And Robert saying, not this time, pal.
Final 30 seconds. Could be a game of keep away, could be one last chance for Lionel Messi. Ball skips away. Domena tracking it down. Maybe a goal of honor. Doucouré. Switch to the near side for Jason. Isolated on Sergi. Roberto stays with him. Jason to the goal line, and then the tackle from Sergio Roberto out for the corner if there's time. A whistle in hand. This will be the final chance. Bardi. To get a goal in Barcelona. 7 in the box. Ball across, the header wide. Suarez will clear. And that will do it. Barca, with 2 from Dembele, 1 from Messi, moves on.
Well, they'll be moving on to face Leganés on Sunday in La Liga. But for Aitor Fernandez and Manuel Boateng, just not their night. And for Dembele, want to remember, and played some wonderful football. It was cup tie football the first leg for sure, the upset on the cards, but not in the final play.
Lionel Messi wearing the armband and leading Barcelona to victory. It took a bit of good fortune, to say the least, as Aitor Fernandez had a hand on both, well, a hand on one, a foot on the other.
Well, you need luck in all sorts of football, whether you're playing Sunday League or at this level, and it wasn't pure luck. It was good fortune, perhaps, because behind the goals of